Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is my complete beginner's guide to Ostranauts, and this is part 2 of building out your ship. We're going to need about 200 floor pieces to finish this particular part of the project, so that's something to note. We can get 45 in a backpack. But we'll go ahead and finish this one. And now he's done. Now he is in auto mode, so he'll start to repair stuff, including all the stuff on the outside of the ship. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm kind of okay with that. He's in an EVA suit now, and when you do internal repairs and you run out of stuff inside, he wants to go outside and fix other stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and let him do that for now, since he is outside already. While he's doing that, we're going to set up the build of the walls. Now, I happen to know that the wall that I have is indeed to Studio, and it's the 55 series. Now the wall we have up here right now is the 44 series, and I would have preferred to use some of that, but I don't think there is any on this ship. I only saw the 55, and that's fine. We can mix and match, and we can go back later and clean it up if we want to, but I'm going to click there. I need, I think I have, I don't think I had 8 sections wall. I think I had 6, so we'll just place 6 for now. We'll just do 5 for now. And you'll notice he automatically went right to it. I didn't even have to do anything because he was already in auto mode. And he's building out that wall for us. And he cleaned it up, and now he's just floating because he's out of tasks to do. So I'm going to turn off auto so I don't get him, running around on accident. I'm going to go ahead and go back and grab more floor. Okay, well, I got a little bit ahead of myself and forgot to start recording again, but here we are. I've picked up about 65 or so pieces of floor, and I'm laying those out now. Now here's the part we've already built. It's hard to see because we don't have any light there. We'll get that taken care of pretty soon. And I wanted to extend from here. I wanted to go out 20, and I think I've got that lined up now. It's 2 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're good. So we're going to go ahead and put floor out here. Once there's floor out here, we can start dropping stuff on that floor, and that'll allow us to, prep stuff for the walls and that. I can drag walls here and put them all down before actually getting started on the rest of the walls, and it'll just have them in place, and that'll be kind of cool. Checking on the battery real quick, we talked about that. It occurred to me I probably could turn off the battery while I'm out doing long, extensive work outside, but as you can see, we've used about maybe 10 to 15% of our battery. Oh, I got an error doing something. I'm not sure what that's from. We're just going to skip it. That's the debug window. If you see that come up, it usually means that there was an error of some kind. Don't really know why, and the system recovered from it on its own, so that's good. We didn't crash out to a blue screen or anything like that. Okay, he's in repair mode now because he's out of stuff to do. I do want to remove this thruster for now. We're going to uninstall that. Once again, I failed to pause. There we go. So that thruster will just sit there on this piece of floor now, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll just hang out and wait for us. Eventually, that will probably be the spot that we first breach the wall, right in the middle. But we're going to wait until we have this entirely enclosed. So we know where to go here. I'm going to start laying floor down this way as well. And I know that that'll be the first spot, and I want it to come down Yeah, that's what we want to do. That's going to be our new room, basically. Now, there's a couple of things you'll notice. This antenna, we do need the antenna. So the next little thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to manually uninstall that. I'm going to right-click it and hit uninstall, and he'll drag the cart. I could leave the cart up there for now. He should go back to the cart to get parts. But let's test that here in just a second. But first, let's reinstall the antenna because it is very important. This is how our transponder works. And for now, I'm going to put that right here. And he'll just reinstall that real quick, and he will be done. So let's drag him back over here. I know that's no more than 25 pieces, 26. Let's see how much is in this bag. So I did go ahead and start using the bag, and there's plenty of floor. I don't know why it doesn't just take a stack at a time. I noticed this before, is it likes to group them like that, but we have more than enough. I think that's the 35, right? 35 pieces of floor. So we should be fine to do this. Once we do that, we'll put wall in on all this bottom stuff. We only have a few pieces of wall right now, but let's try dropping the dolly right there. And now you'll notice I can move around without the dolly. And what he should do is he'll basically come back for every piece. It's not exactly efficient, but he's not dragging it around constantly with him either. So I think that's what he'll end up doing. Of course, he's going to repair for a second because that's kind of what he was in the middle of doing. But within a moment or two, he should start to see that there's construction that needs to be done. He's not doing that yet. That's a little weird. Usually it's quite a bit quicker than this. Oh, his hands are full. We need to put something down. There we go. So he couldn't put floor tiles in his hand to place them. That's important to know. If his hands are full, he can't pick stuff up. He'll just skip to whatever's next on his list. That's what was happening there. So as you can see, he's now, okay, what are we getting? Unable to comply, missing item. So he's placed all the wall pieces, but he's still got wall in his hand. Since we weren't pulling this is one of the reasons you maybe don't want to do that. He wouldn't put it back on the trailer and get started. He is waiting for his hand to be free. So there we go. Now he will build all that floor. Okay, he's built the floor pieces that I had asked, and now he is working on repairing floor, and that's fine. We can let him do that for a minute. He'll do it eventually anyway. All right, looks like he's got all that done. Let's look. Now I'm not going, we actually are going to pick this back up because he will need to take it with him. He's going to go get more wall. But let's start laying wall segments out so that he has them handy. And we can carry more back basically up. You have to drop things in the ground window. I do that a lot. I try to drop actually on the floor. You have to be in this ground window, and it's not exact. I sort of say it's kind of a pain. It really isn't. It's just something you kind of have to get used to, and if you're not paying close attention, you can forget. There we go. All right, so he's now holding that. He can pick up quite a bit of floor now, or wall now. Again, there is a difference. Let's come out here and see what we can scavenge. He's not wanting to do that. I went too far. Okay, wrong side of the wall. Let's go over here. And once again, it's just an order. Set it to wall, uninstall, and we're just going to uninstall all of this. So I know I have 15 pieces. I don't want to go too much beyond that with what I try to build right now. So we're just going to start here and do a strip, and we'll let him finish that, and then we'll continue. Okay, if he can. So that is something you have to monitor. Anytime they stop working when you're not expecting it, it's probably because their hands are full or because a battery has run out. And it's not always obvious. That's for sure. So that's something to pay attention to. So I still have 5 pieces of wall here, and it looks like roughly 5 there, assuming that's what that all is. Looks like it is. So I could do 10 more here. I don't need to do 10 to finish this segment. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint that out there. We'll have the corner in there. Let's do that. Unpause. Here's where he's going to grab each one individually and go back, and that's why I recommend having the parts close at hand. I have no idea why he skipped that one. It does happen once in a while where they don't do them in exactly the right order, or the order that you pick. Fortunately, it's not usually a problem. I suppose it could be at some point. It's almost like he even forgot it was there. He kind of started floating for a while. Okay, there we have that. Let's go see how much floor we have. Slowing down the time compression there. He has 10 pieces of floor. We want to build floor. We'll just build 9 for now. Have him get on it. He probably has something in his hand. Yes. He again has something in his hand. We'll manually place this last piece of wall. Cancel his current action, install that right there. I'm sorry, floor. I did it again. He's going to manually install that piece of floor if he has a free hand, because he can't carry it, so we got to put that down. Then he'll pick it up himself and finish. And he didn't do this one yet. Let's cancel that and figure out why. We'll do it manually like we did the last one. This will have to get set down again. There we go. I don't know why he didn't do that one on his own, but nonetheless, it's done now. Okay, we have 2 pieces of floor left. So we need about 16 pieces of wall, which is not, that's good, because that's roughly what this is going to carry, right? It's going to be a little less than that because I got some stuff on it, but piece of floor. So we'll have 2 more trips of that, but that's okay. Don't really mind that. So we'll come out here, find another spot to steal some wall from, and we'll almost be done with that part of it. Then we'll finish the floor and finish the build. Okay, I've picked up a bunch of wall segments. So back to that. Here's something interesting. So if we look here, he's hungry. Let's real quick deal with that. And this is why I don't breach the hull right away to build out. I prefer to do it via another ship and put a hole in that ship instead. So I'm going to drop this guy so I don't have to pull it around. And then we're going to come and find some food in here. But if I had breached the hull, I wouldn't be able to eat because I can't take the helmet off. But in this case, hopefully I'm not fooling myself. No, we're in good shape there. I can take the helmet off, set it on the ground. I can open the place I keep food. Hopefully there's something there. There is. Eat one of these. He should go from hungry to stuffed. Sometimes they will immediately turn thirsty. He didn't, so I'm not going to wait around. We'll come back in a little bit if he's thirsty. Let's come back and finish our work here. We do have a couple of little things going on here that are, they're not really problematic, but we have like this light that's in between these walls. We'll have to take this wall out, I think, before we can get to it. Maybe not. Let's see. See if we can uninstall it from there. And maybe we can. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and tell it to install that here, and that'll give us some light over here for now. We might move it again. His hands are full. There we go. It gives us a little light. Not perfect, but it helps. And then we're going to go ahead and start working again on auto. I have noticed if I, and he's going to go over there now anyway, if you start them near a construction project, usually they'll jump right on it. I wasn't really super close to it then. if I had moved him right up against it, there's a really good chance he would have just started on it instead of doing the repair work. Okay, we have finished the floor, and now I'm going to enclose the wall. And we're just literally going to drop these last two pieces here and tell them to go at it, and we will have finished that, and this room will be done. The only thing that'll be left is to uninstall all the other walls that need to go away, and that'll take a couple of minutes, but we will do that on our return voyage back to this space station. Now, right now he's locked in. There are no doors, that is true, and I did not make sure that my laser tool was fully charged. It is. It doesn't have to be fully charged, but it needs a charge. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to cut through the wall. But we're in good shape there. So I'm literally just going to hit the wall here, and I'm going to say uninstall. Now you heard the horn go off. That was telling me that there was a hull breach, that the pressure had dropped basically. Not specifically that there was a hull breach, but that the pressure had dropped. And we're going to go ahead and come in here. He's still doing his repair work. Oh, he can't reach that location because there's stuff in the way. I didn't think about that. So this battery has plenty of juice on it. The battery, when it's installed, does block your path. So since there's so much stuff in this little bitty area, that all this stuff is unpassable right now. So I need to remove that, at least temporarily. Now this battery will go down twice as fast now, but it's in good shape. We still have half of the battery life left, so that'll be okay. And once this is uninstalled, he'll be able to pass through it. And there we go. Okay. And that is your first build out in Ostranauts. So let me go ahead and pause that. One last thing we want to do before we take the helmet off is test the current pressure in the area, and we are at 21 kPa, which is great for oxygen. So I can take off the suit, and I am good to go. Now I can do all this other work over here while I'm in the while I'm outside of the EVA suit. I could do it in a pressure suit, or I can just do it in the cargo pants and that, which is really the most efficient. I have the most carry capacity as far as backpack and pockets and that when that's going on. But as you can see, if we come in here, there is air pressure and the temperature is good. Our single heater and cooler and our current air pumps, which is 2 for oxygen, those are all working just fine. So we are good to go. That's going to wrap this one up. Next, I will build out what is going to go over here, which is going to be some additional batteries. We will put the RCS stuff here. We'll put in some racks so that we have room to store some stuff, and maybe we'll see what else we can shove over here. But until then, thanks for your time. Fair travels.